"This is not normal," one woman exclaimed. "I have heard of people who sleep like this being witches. Is this true? Is your daughter really a witch?" Bola asked, her eyes wide with fear. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a girl named Kady. She was the only child of her parents, Amara and Nia, who had longed for a child for many years. Despite their countless efforts to conceive, their attempts were met with heartbreak after heartbreak, with several miscarriages and failed treatments. They sought help from traditional healers and spiritual guides, hoping for a miracle, but all their efforts seemed in vain. Just when they were on the verge of giving up, something miraculous happened. Amara, having resigned herself to a childless life, suddenly discovered she was pregnant at 7 months. The joy and disbelief that filled their hearts were immeasurable. They had almost given up hope, but the unexpected pregnancy rekindled their faith. This child, they believed, was a true blessing, as Amara had never known she was pregnant until those final months, though she wondered how one could be pregnant for a whole 7 months without knowing. Yet, she was happy for her pregnancy, which was peculiar in itself. But the strangeness didn't end there. From the moment she gave birth to Kady, there were signs that she was not like other children. It was clear she was different, though she was a calm and content child, rarely crying and eating well, but her sleeping habits were unusual. As Kady grew, her mother noticed even more strange things about her sleeping postures. Unlike other children who slept spread out or curled up in a fetal position, Kady preferred odd, contorted positions. Often, Amara would find her daughter folded up on the bed, sleeping in a sack-like position. Other times, Kady would lie on her back with her legs raised or leaning them against the wall. It was as if she was mimicking the way animals might sleep, rather than humans. This peculiar sleeping habit worried Amara. She never saw her lie flat on the bed like other people did. Instead, her daughter's strange postures became a source of fascination and concern. Amara tried to correct Kady's sleeping position, gently coaxing her to lie flat like other children. But no matter what she did, Kady always reverted to her unusual postures. Despite her worries, Amara couldn't help but marvel at her daughter's uniqueness. As Amara's worry grew with each passing day, the fear of the villagers discovering Kady's unusual sleeping postures haunted her. Determined to protect her daughter's secrets, Amara took every precaution to ensure no one saw how Kady slept. She made sure Kady always slept in her room, locking the door securely every night, not even allowing her husband, Nia, to see their daughter's strange habits. Despite her efforts, Amara couldn't help but notice Kady's inability to sleep like a normal child. On many occasions, she would quietly enter the room, hoping to find her sleeping flat on the bed, but every time she was met with the same sight: Kady curled up in a squat or with her legs propped against the wall. Amara would gently lay her daughter flat, hoping this time the position would stick, but within minutes Kady would revert to her usual posture. Hi, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the story so far. If you are, please take a second to support my channel by clicking the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you never miss a new story. Also, leave a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you. Now, let's continue the story. This continued for years, and Amara's worry only deepened. Her mind drifted back to the tales she had heard as a child, stories of people who slept with their legs raised being labeled as witches. The thought that her only child could be branded a witch terrified her. The fear ate at her heart, and she knew she had to find a solution before the village found out. Desperate for answers and unwilling to risk the local spiritualist, Amara decided to seek help outside the village. She embarked on numerous journeys with Kady, visiting distant towns and consulting various healers and spiritual guides. She hoped these outsiders could provide a remedy without the risk of news spreading back home. They were given countless concoctions to drink, herbal baths to soak in, and rituals to perform. Each healer promised that their method would cure Kady's peculiar sleeping habit, but nothing seemed to work. Kady continued to sleep in her strange positions, and Amora's despair grew. One evening, after returning from yet another fruitless journey, Amara sat by Kady's bedside, watching her sleep. The moonlight filtered through the window, casting a soft glow on Kady's peaceful face. Despite the odd position, Kady looked serene and content. Amara felt a pang of guilt for putting her daughter through so much in her quest to fix her. She wondered if perhaps there were nothing wrong with Kady at all, and the problem lay in her own fears and the village superstitions. However, the fear of the village's judgment loomed large. Amara knew that if they discovered Kady's secrets, they would not be as understanding. They would shun and ostracize her daughter, labeling her a witch and making their lives unbearable. The pressure to conform, to make Kady appear normal, was overwhelming. The sleepless nights and endless worry took a toll on Amara. She grew thinner, her face etched with worry lines, but her determination to protect Kady never wavered. She continued to shield her daughter from prying eyes, hoping against hope that one day a solution would present itself. But as the years went by and Kady's sleeping habit remained unchanged, Amara began to question her approach. Perhaps, she thought, the answer lay not in changing Kady, but in accepting her for who she was. As Amara's fear of discovery made her extremely protective of Kady, she ensured that Kady never visited anyone or slept at their house. Invitations from friends were declined, and sleepovers were out of the question. Amara always had a plausible excuse, often citing Kady's need for special care. She hovered over her daughter, always on high alert, her heart pounding with fear at the thought of someone discovering Kady's secrets. One Sunday afternoon, despite Amara's watchful eye, Kady went out to play with friends in the village. The children's laughter filled the air as they chased each other and played games. Amara's apprehension grew, but she told herself that Kady would be back soon. Hours passed, and when dusk approached, Amara's anxiety heightened. Kady, exhausted from the day's activities, fell asleep at her friend Titi's house. Titi's mother, Bola, went to check on the children and was shocked to see Kady sleeping with her legs propped against the wall. Her heart raced with alarm, and she immediately called out to her neighbors, her voice rising in panic. "Come quickly! Come and see this strangeness!" Bola shouted, her voice trembling with fear and excitement. Neighbors hurried over, curious and anxious. They crowded into the small room and gasped in unison at the sight of Kady. Whispers and murmurs filled the air as everyone tried to make sense of what they were seeing. "This is not normal," one woman exclaimed. "I have heard of people who sleep like this being witches." The news of Kady's peculiar sleeping position spread like wildfire through the village. It wasn't long before it reached Amara, who was at home wringing her hands in worry. She rushed to Titi's house, her heart pounding in her chest. When she arrived, she found a crowd gathering around her daughter, who was still asleep. "Amara, is this true? Is your daughter really a witch?" Bola asked, her eyes wide with fear. Amara's face burned with shame. She pushed through the crowd, picked up Kady, and hurried home, her heart heavy with the weight of the villagers' judgmental stares and harsh whispers. At home, Amara faced her husband, Nia, who had heard the news while working in the fields. His face was a mask of anger and betrayal. "Why didn't you tell me about this, Amara? How long have you been hiding this from me?" Nia demanded, his voice shaking with anger. "I was trying to protect her, Nia," Amara replied, her voice breaking. "I didn't want anyone to know. I thought we could find a way to help her without causing a scene. Nia shook his head in disbelief. You should have told me. We are supposed to face these things together. Meanwhile, the religious murmurs and gossip were unending. Amara was labeled the mother of a witch, and Kady was shunned by the community. People crossed the streets to avoid them, and parents warned their children to stay away from Kady. Don't go near that girl, one mother warned her child. Witches can be mean and hurt people. You never know what she might do. Don't ever go near her. The perception of witches in the village was one of fear and suspicion. Witches were believed to have malevolent powers capable of causing harm to others. The villagers' fear of Kady grew, and they kept their distance, leaving Amara and her family isolated and ostracized. Amara's heart ached with the pain of rejection and the burden of her daughter's secret. She knew she had to find a way to protect Kady and regain the trust of the villagers, but the path ahead seemed uncertain and fraught with challenges. After the incident at Titi's house, Kady began to live a lonely life. The once lively and cheerful girl found herself shunned by her peers. No one wanted to play with her anymore, and the laughter and camaraderie she had once enjoyed were replaced by solitude and whispers behind her back. The village children, once her friends, now treated her with fear and suspicion. As Kady grew older, she blossomed into a mature and gorgeous lady. Her beauty was undeniable, and men admired her from afar. However, the label of a witch cast a long shadow over her life. No man dared to approach her for marriage, fearing the stigma attached to her. One man, however, saw beyond the rumors. Kofi, a young man in the village, had admired Kady for years. Despite the warnings from his parents and the villagers, his heart yearned for her. His parents, especially his mother, vehemently opposed the idea. They feared the consequences of their son marrying a woman believed to be a witch. Kofi, you must listen to us, his mother pleaded. This girl is not normal. She will bring nothing but trouble. But mother, you don't understand. Kady is kind and beautiful. I don't believe the stories, Kofi argued. Despite his parents' objections, Kofi was determined to pursue Kady. He sought her out, confessing his love and admiration. Kady, I don't care what others say. I love you, Kofi said, his eyes filled with sincerity. Kady's heart swelled with joy. For the first time, someone saw her for who she truly was, not the witch the villagers believed her to be. She felt a glimmer of hope and happiness she had long thought impossible. Their love blossomed, and Kofi's affection for Kady grew stronger each day. They spent time together walking through the village, talking about their dreams, and sharing moments of laughter and tenderness. The villagers watched with a mixture of curiosity and concern, their whispers never far behind. Kofi is playing with fire, one villager said. He should listen to his parents. Kofi's parents, especially his mother, were frantic with worry. Kofi was their only son, and they couldn't bear the thought of losing him. His mother began visiting spiritualists, seeking their help to break the bond between Kofi and Kady. Please help me make my son see reason, she begged one spiritualist. You must end this relationship. Her efforts bore fruit, and slowly, Kofi's feelings began to change. He started avoiding Kady, no longer seeking her out or spending time with her. Kady, confused and heartbroken, confronted him. What's happening? Why are you avoiding me? She asked, her voice trembling with emotion. I don't know, Kady. I don't feel the same anymore, Kofi replied, unable to meet her gaze. Their breakup was devastating for Kady. She felt her heart shatter as the one person who had seen her for who she truly was turned away. Her days were filled with pain and loneliness, and she feared she would never find love or happiness. Her parents tried to comfort her one evening as they sat together. Amara spoke softly to her daughter. "Kady, my dear, don't lose hope. You are strong and beautiful, and your true worth will shine through," Amara said, her voice filled with warmth. "But mother, what if no one ever loves me again? What if I am alone forever?" Kady asked, tears streaming down her face. Nia, her father, placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "Kady, love will find you where you least expect it. You are special, and someone will see that. Don't let this break you." Despite their comforting words, Kady's heart remained heavy with sorrow, the joy and vibrancy she once had dimmed by the weight of her heartbreak and the constant fear of rejection. Meanwhile, in the shadows of their seemingly happy household, Kofi's mother had resorted to drastic measures to ensure her son's separation from Kady. She had mixed a hatred potion into his food, a concoction given to her by one of the herbalists she had consulted. The potion was designed to make Kofi slowly dislike Kady, erasing his feelings for her bit by bit. The villagers, always eager for the latest gossip, speculated about the breakup. "We knew it wouldn't last," they whispered among themselves. It was only a matter of time before Kofi came to his senses. They congratulated themselves on their foresight, never suspecting the true cause behind the sudden change in Kofi's feelings. Kofi's mother, feeling victorious, rejoiced in the success of her scheme. It was for his own good, she told herself, proud of the lengths she had gone to protect her son from the perceived danger. She watched with satisfaction as Kofi distanced himself from Kady, believing she had saved him from a terrible fate. Meanwhile, Kady's world crumbled around her. The heartbreak from Kofi's sudden coldness left her feeling depressed and desperate for a way out. She began to question her own existence, tormented by the villagers' perception of her. Was she truly a witch, or was she cursed? The questions gnawed at her, driving her to the brink of despair. Determined to change her fate, Kady made a conscious effort to alter her sleeping posture. She hoped that if she could sleep like everyone else, the villagers might accept her and her life might return to normal. But no matter how hard she tried, she found comfort and peace only in her usual sleeping position. The familiar way she folded herself on the bed or leaned her legs against the wall was the only way she could truly rest. Despite her efforts, nothing changed. One night, she tied her legs and hands and laid down on her chest flat like everyone else, hoping this time it would be different. But as the night wore on, something strange happened. Her body ached, and her mind refused to calm. She struggled to stay in the forced position, feeling more restless and uneasy than ever before. As the minutes turned into hours, a sense of dread washed over her. She realized that no matter what she did, she couldn't change who she was. Her body instinctively shifted back to her usual posture as she felt an overwhelming sense of defeat. The villagers' harsh words and her own doubts filled her mind, making her question whether she would ever find peace or acceptance. One night, in a moment of desperation, Kady decided to try one last thing. She tied her legs and hands once more and laid flat on her chest, forcing herself to stay in that position. But as sleep began to take over, something strange and inexplicable occurred. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, kindly like this video, share this video to your friends and family, drop a comment, and also subscribe for more interesting videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.